Welcome aboard the Culture Station. My name is Vince. Let's see what we find out there today.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a great day. This is my review for Loki Season 2, Episode 1. I want to start off by saying, spoiler warning. Not that there's really much to spoil from this episode, but just in case you wanted to go in fresh, here is your chance to walk away. The TLDR of this episode goes something like this. Loki shows up at the TVA in the past. He starts zipping forward and backward in time. And they find a way to stabilize him in the current timeline instead of him being in the past or the future and slipping back and forth. It took an hour. It took an hour to do that. And it took an hour to do that because when you watch the show, it starts with Loki being in the past in the TVA. Running into Mobius. Mobius doesn't recognize him. Actually, no. That's the end of Season 1. It starts with Loki running from Mobius and some of the time cops. The Minutemen, I think they're called. I just call them time cops. And then jumping off of a ledge and conveniently landing on a passing mail truck that, if it wasn't there, what would, Loki would have splatted, I guess. And then that truck magically crashing into the control room, the main room, the one that kind of looks like the NASA room in Apollo 13. And nobody recognizes him because it's the past. Then he slips forward to the present, and he's trying to find Mobius in the present, the one that would recognize him. And he goes back and forth a few times while everybody is talking to each other about Loki was here, Loki's not here, Loki was here, Loki was there, Loki's here. And that's 5 minutes. Then it's Mobius and Loki arguing about whether or not he's able to slip forward and backward in time. That's 10 minutes. Then it's Mobius and Loki going down to I forgot what they called it. Down where they have Kihei Kwan. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He was the guy who played Data in the Goonies and Short Round in Indiana Jones as a kid. And then they go over for another 15 minutes that arguing whether or not it's possible for Loki to slip back and forth in time.
See you again.
Good to see you too. Yeah, Loki, I want to introduce you to...
I'm Ouroboros. Nice to meet you, Loki.
Ouroboros.
Please call me Loki.
Yeah, I call him Obi. That's like a nickname I have. Yeah.
Then another 10 minutes on whether or not he has the correct device to save Loki and how to use it, even though he is remembering in the moment that he has it and how to use it, because Loki went in the past and is in the moment telling him what he needs and how to... It's probably not even confusing or brain melting, but it's so dull that it's hard to pay attention enough to care.
'Cause we're boring! We're so fucking boring!
Then once they finally have the device they need to keep Loki from slipping forward and backward in time, they spend another 10 minutes talking about how whether it's worse for Mobius or Loki and their process of it, which is more dangerous. Then there's a part where Loki gets lost in time. And it's supposed to be dramatic, and Owen Wilson's there looking like a sad puppy, and you're supposed to feel tugged at the heartstrings. But when Loki has been stabbed, shot, neck snapped, pruned last season... Like, what? There's no drama to it. You know Loki's not dead. You know it's Loki episode 1. It's not time TVA episode 1. It's not Mobius episode 1. It's Loki episode 1. You know he's not dead. And so there's no actual drama. And so it just it doesn't hit like they want it to. And then the episode's over. And then then it ends and we go on. So my thoughts. So there was some stuff I left out of my little breakdown there, like the part where they're in the war room with the judges and the general, who's played by the lady who played Lysa Arryn in Game of Thrones, and there's the female judge, the female general, and then the strong female police officer of color, time cop chick, and then there's Loki and another time cop, and all the women are sitting around the table talking while the men are just standing there like they're little simp puppies and, not contributing at all, like you would expect in Marvel nowadays in Disney. There was a lot of time wasted in the dialogue. I feel like the entire episode could have been the pre-opening title cold open in a single episode of a good show. I know that there's a lot of potential with these characters, so it's really disappointing to see it be wasted like this. I feel like Tom Hiddleston is not regressing necessarily. I don't think he's getting worse as an actor, but the material they're giving him, it's just ruining his character that he's created as Loki. Since we first saw him in Thor, and especially since the first Avengers film, Loki's always been a threat. He's always been a threat, and he's always had gravitas and demanded your attention whenever he was on screen. And he was funny, and he was witty, and he was charming. And now he's just there. Now he's honestly the sidekick in his show to the three characters of Mobius, strong female police officer of color, and Sylvie. No Sylvie in this first episode for a brief little glimpse, but it's only episode 1. And I think that the star of this show, honestly, in my opinion, would be Owen Wilson as Mobius, because he's just a really good actor, and so he plays even this bad material. He plays it extremely well and extremely sincerely, and that's the only part of this whole show that I actually enjoy without having to turn my brain off, is just watching Owen Wilson's performance, not the character, not what he's doing, but just him performing the role itself is tolerable. But those are my thoughts. That's how I feel about this. I don't think it's worth anybody's time to watch. I'm going to continue watching it in order to review it. But if I wasn't reviewing it, I would definitely not be watching it, and I wouldn't feel any worse for the wear. If you're somebody who honestly still cares about the plot in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I would wait till the whole show's out and then maybe watch a synopsis of the story. That's my opinion. That's my advice. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments, and I will talk to you guys next time.
Thanks for stopping by. If you like this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on the X at CultureSailor1. I'll see you next time, and as always, fair winds and following seas.